I was just taking off a mask, so I'm like washing my face real quick. It didn't
No
look like I had slime
problem.
all over my face. I'm like,
No problem. I just got out of the shower and I like quick blow dried my hair and I was just like,
yeah, my hair is still wet. My bed is unmade. I'm like, okay, well, that's
I
fine.
love it.
And
I
the kids
love
are
it.
on spring break, so I just have like, and they are like full on bullying me today. They're like, give me that, give me that. I'm like, oh my gosh, leave me alone. So yeah,
I
it's
used to hate like spring break and like Christmas break because it's just like they're
yeah,
like I'm
it's
bored.
so
I'm like,
long.
I know. It's like go back to school.
Well,
And it's
they
not
just like want to play with friends. And I'm like, okay, why are we doing this? Like, unless you're going somewhere, it's like, why are we even having a break? Because they just want to play with their friends. And it's
I
then
know.
there's 20 kids at my house just creating more messes. So it's really cool.
It's so
My
fun.
favorite.
So fun. So okay, so tell me all the things. How are you? How's life? How's business? How you feeling?
Um, can you hear me okay? So, because it's coming through my earbuds. Is it okay?
Yeah, yeah, it's good.
Okay, cool. Um, so this will be good for Amanda to hear because you know how I've been like, oh, everything's great. Last night, like 3 a.m., I'm like, I just, like one of those moments where you're like, do I even want to do this?
Oh
Right
yeah.
back to it, right? Right back to it where it's like, I think what it is, it's like what keeps coming up for me. It's not like, do I want to do this? Because yes, I want to do it. It's not even that question. What keeps coming up for me actually lately, which this is weird, because I feel like I really don't care. Like if somebody came to me and was like, oh, you're like ugly or something, I'd be like, okay, cool. Like at this point in my life, I don't care. But
Mhm.
lately, what's been coming up for me, and I don't know why this is coming up, it's like I have this thing of like, I feel like less of an adult because of what I do, if that makes sense. And it's like sometimes when the results aren't showing, do you know what I mean? It like adds to that. And then I get like in my head where I'm like, okay, this is embarrassing because I'm like putting myself out there, being like borderline cringe for like a 41-year-old. Like, I'm like, what the hell am I doing? And then not seeing the returns. And like part of it last night was like, there's just so many coaches that I'm like, not like, why would somebody choose me? Because I understand why somebody would choose me, but it's like, it feels kind of like a losing battle right now. And I know this is just a moment that I need to work through, but that's kind of where I'm at because I'm like, I did get one client in April and she's fucking amazing, like the best client I've ever had on her shit, like doing all her things. Um, but like, and this is stupid. Like, and Amanda, if you watch this replay, please do not take this as a reflection of you because it's not about you. Like, this is in other containers I'm in too, where it's like somebody posts a win, like Amanda's like, I got 100 new followers, and I'm like, what the fuck? Not because of anything against Amanda, but I'm like, I have been posting consistently for 3 fucking years of my life, and I don't get 100 new followers. Do you know what I mean? So it's like that's where I'm at, and I feel like in April, I just want to actually make sales. And I'm like, I don't, yes, I get sales, but I feel like they trickle in. Do you know what I mean? And so it's like that's kind of where I'm at. And it's like I know it's just a moment and it will pass, but that, to be honest, is where I'm at right at this moment.
I love it. I think that that's perfectly fine. And like for, Amanda watching the replay too, it's like that's why we have these spaces is to be fucking vulnerable. It's not to put up this fucking like, oh, I'm gonna fake happy like when I feel like that. It's like that. I mean, we come here to like work through it and it doesn't have to mean anything that it doesn't mean. It's just this is a moment. Let's, process it and then let's work through the gold of it and then we move forward. Like typically I feel like these moments kind of tell us like I think we had this conversation a couple weeks ago. Like when we draw a line in the sand and say like I'm better than this. Like I think I made a post about that too of just like, no, you know what? I actually should be making way more sales. I actually should have way more people in this. And like the reason it irks me is because I'm fucking better than what's currently happening. And I'm sick of this shit. And like I feel you so much. Like I was actually talking to, I don't know, somebody yesterday. Like the whole fuck me up daddy brand. Like I was just sitting there and I was just like, I've been the butt of so many jokes. Like obviously through the divorce, it's been a big like tease. Um, the social media nightmare. And then, figuring it's like what adult launches a business ish personal brand called that? And just like letting it evolve and letting it grow and letting it be what it's going to be. It's like there are so many times where like I felt the same way, like that you just Like, this is fucking cringy. Like, who the fuck does this? Like, who the fuck says this shit and sells it and like, and tries to get people to understand it? Like, it would be so much easier to not and to just hide behind, I don't know, like a regular job. It would be so much easier to hide behind, or even like if we look at like, the internet, it's like, and coaches, it's like, why can't I just be a regular business coach with a blazer who wears pink and like, just is very like, I mean, I'm in pink today, but it doesn't count. Uh, but like, who just doesn't have this sass and bluntness and these raunchy terms that, are just, they make everything click, and so I feel like I've definitely like I can relate to that so much. Um and then also too, it's like I know for myself, the times that I've drawn a line in the sand and just been like, okay, I want more sales. Like, I hate this answer because my mentor gave it to me too. It's just like, then go do it. And it's kind of like, oh, but I don't know how. But it's like, but we do. Like, if we had to make it, we know what we would do. I have tons of ideas too. But so much of it, I think, is this like kind of irritating decision of that I'm all in these circumstances that are currently happening. I can see them for what they are. They are just circumstances. Like like the clients that I want, it's worked. They're already there. But am I rising to meet them in the way that like life is demanding? And sometimes life demands a lot. Like sometimes life demands like some launches, I will say. Some of them have just been like I could like sneeze and people want them. And then other launches have been like I feel like I'm pulling teeth with like pliers, no pain relief. Like, and it just feels like you can't get people in if you bent over and did it for free. And I think I said this on the call yesterday for the foreplay. There was one time I had 80 people sign up for a masterclass and 0 people showed up. It was a free masterclass. And like, it's there, this industry will test you in so many ways. But I think that it's like, we can take this conversation a couple different ways. One, like, I think that the awareness is amazing. And sometimes just getting it off your chest and be like, this sucks right now. Like, in my mind, I'm really attached to these results. I'm really attached to the validation. I really want people to sign up. Like, I'm ready to let's fucking go. And I'm sick of this, like, I know I'm better than this. And that's what I want to have right now. Right now, right now, right now. And then there's the other part where it's like, okay, let's make that decision. And then, like, let's strategize it. Like, let's attack this thing from every single fucking angle. And let's go ham and get you clients signed today or tomorrow or a combination of both. So let me know how you're feeling like with that. Or yeah.
Yeah, no, I think like okay, so yeah, what you're saying makes a ton of sense and like on the one hand, it's like, yeah, I do feel cringe like being like 41 years old and I'm like, God, I'm so old compared to all these people. That's how it feels. But also like when I'm at the hospital working, I fucking hate my life. Even when I'm doing aesthetics, I don't like it. Like I don't like it. I don't like dealing with the clients. They're a pain in my ass. Like it, but so I know this is what I want to be doing. Do you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like those other things aren't what I want to do, even though they're like quote unquote real jobs. They actually
Right.
suck ass. People just don't get that. But so yes, I know this is what I want to do. I think it's
Mm-hmm.
just like a moment of doubt that,
Yeah.
like you said, we have to work through. As far as the strategy, like, yeah, I do think like that's part of it too. It's like maybe I'm at the point where I'm like, I don't fucking know at this point because, like I said, I post every day.
Mm-hmm.
I do stories every day that aren't just like nonsense, right? They're like actually, but
It
something
makes
I did like when we went through that money out of thin air pre-work, like I said, I was like, oh, like that question where you're like, if I landed on your page right now, would I know how to work with you? I'm like, well, kind of and kind of not. Like, yeah, if you actually took the time to read, but if I was just like an innocent person, an innocent bystander, no, I would be like, oh, she's a coach. But so that's why I changed my bio because I was like, okay, Alex did this really good, how you're like the creator of like Fuck Me Up Daddy. So I
mm-hmm.
put like creator of undeniable so that they will know like that is where to go, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that makes a lot of sense. But beyond that, it's like, I guess I don't know. And maybe I do know and I'm just not doing it. But it's like beyond like cold DMing people, which I feel like does not work for me ever. I'm like, I don't know what else to do. Like I feel like I'm doing podcasts. I'm doing I'm doing
Mhm.
all the things and oh, and also before we dive into that, I have one
Yeah.
question and one comment. Congratulations on the Goss magazine thing. By the way, we can't reply in that thing, so I was like, but I that is so exciting. I had to look it up to see what it was, and I was like, oh my God, I love this for her.
I know it's like a pay to play thing, but like I'm really excited because they were actually really interested in Fuck Me Up Daddy. And I was just like, oh,
Because it's
oh.
different.
Like, and that kind of like I was telling my mentor, it's just like, again, you just feel like you are for a long time that you're just like this crazy psycho bitch with like this weird like idea that you had that you won't drop and it feels cringe and all the things. And then somebody says, oh wow, this is different, this is cool. And you're like not that we need the validation, but it does feel good to be like,
Right.
I told you. Like
Yes. No, I love it. I love it. And I was like, I'm so excited for her. And then, sorry, the other thing is just a random question. I just want to make sure I understand because you know I'm like scattered.
that's
Okay,
okay.
so this has nothing to do with this container, so I'm sorry.
That's
Foreplay, foreplay is what we paid for, like the base pay, and then the upgrade is money out of thin air. Am I thinking
yes.
right? Okay. I just
Yes.
want to make sure. I'm like, are these two different things?
So
Now I
typically
get it.
when you do my upgrades, they start at the same time. So that's probably why it's a little confusing. But I wanted to have people have the ability to jump in this week because there was like a lot of
Yeah.
people like, oh, like maybe like I will, maybe I won't. I'm waiting for funds to come in. So I wanted them to get in like the energy of it and then be like, yeah,
Yeah.
I want the upgrade.
No
And
worries. I just wanted to make sure. I was like, am I
no,
missing
that's okay.
something? But okay, cool.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah. So then we can, if you have any ideas on what I can be doing to
Yes.
really get people interested, because that's the thing. It's like so for example, I just want to walk you through this. Like I had
Mm-hmm.
somebody reach out from, I had a reel that I had that was like, it was pinned and I unpinned it because I pinned something else. But it basically was saying like copying other brands is never going to make you stand out. Like you have to have your own voice. Like it was just a talking head. And I got two different people who reached out and were like, can you tell me more about this? Or like, what services do you offer? And both of them, I just responded with like, hey, yeah, sure, I'm happy to tell you. And I was like, so basically what I do is I help women build a brand online that helps them like fill their offers, whatever. It was
Yeah.
obviously worded a little bit better than that. And then I was um, like the one girl was a personal trainer, and I was like, it looks like you're a personal trainer. How's that going? And she's like, yes, I am. She's like, but I'm launching my own athletic line like here in a couple weeks. I was like, oh, that's amazing. I was like, what kind of support do you have going into that, or what kind of support are you looking for? And then she just ghosted. And it
Mm-hmm.
was kind of the same thing with the other girl. Like she was asking about it, and I was like, yeah. I was like, so here's what I do. I was like, Undeniable is my container where we do that in. I was like, I'm happy to send you more information if you're interested. And then she just goes. So I'm like, like, is it me? Like, do you know what I mean? So that's where I'm like, I don't know if there's a way to better activate them
Mm-hmm.
into Undeniable because like I can take like one more one-to-one, but I would rather try to fill Undeniable. Do you know what I mean? Because I want it to be like a container
Yeah.
that's filled, not like it
Yeah.
doesn't work as well where there's only one person in it. Like
I
then I'm just doing one-to-one.
basically I basically only do one to one by invite only, and like I have to have like worked with this person for a long time and like know them and like we vibe because yeah, I mean it's not scalable to have all one to one clients. It's fine to have a couple or to get that start or whatever, but like yeah, you're past that. So what I would do personally, like if I wanted to fill Undeniable right now, well let's first address that DM. So it's not your fault. A lot of times people just get busy and they read something and then they just like it's like they have the attention of a gnat or a goldfish. And then it's like it it's red in their DMs and so it doesn't look like it's new or like all the different things. And so I mean I do that constantly. And so I'm always like, okay, like I need to like I'll give my people grace too. What you could do is you could follow. I would definitely follow up. How I do my DMs when it comes to stuff like this is like I typically will ask like, tell me more about where you're at, what your vision is, where you want to go with this. That way they have to kind of fill me in, and probably in the first couple sentences, I'm going to find a gap or something that we can do. Um, that questionnaire that I sent you guys, that I mean, I can send you that too, or you can use it if it's for business or whatever, like send it to people. Because another reason I did that was to show, like, let them find the gaps themselves. I don't know how many people messaged me back with that form and said, and you can use this in a container. This could be kind of like an intake, like, oh, this is, you could even pick just a few questions that you want to look at. and just
So
like,
you, just so I'm understanding, like you sent that, I know you sent that in one of like, not a dead channel, but an old challenge channel. You sent the questionnaire. And so when you sent that and people filled it out and they hadn't signed up yet, that's when they're like, oh, I need to get in this
that was
container. Is that how
amazing.
you utilized it?
Yep, yep.
Okay,
My
cool.
one of my mentors didn't love that I did that, but it worked for me. I was like, I don't know what to tell you. It just was right, like, and it worked for me. I don't give when I give feedback on that, it is very vague. Like it's very like, here's where the bottleneck is, here's the consequences of that. Basically, what they told me is what's happening, you know. So like a lot of times for like most people it's like an identity thing. So it's like um, and I know that's kind of a buzzword right now, but it was just like how they saw themselves in relationship to their sales or their business was like they felt their business was up here and they're down here. And then so it's like all the other questions that were like, you know, how often have you sold? Or like, how do you feel about this? Or what happens when people, so it's like I could easily just pinpoint, as you can see, this is a reaction of that. Or like they were like, oh, I don't really post in my content. I don't sell enough. I'm like, again, so it all goes back to that. But the whole point of them filling out that form was so that they themselves could see that there were gaps, and rather than me saying, here's gaps in your business. And
So
like,
they would just fill it out and then you would like maybe in the DMs or whatever be like, hey, after looking at your form, I'm seeing like XYZ, just recapping what they're saying. And then you're like, I really think that foreplay or whatever would be a great space for you. Am I
so
thinking
how,
through this right?
yeah, like how I did it was just like, I'd love to go deeper inside of this with you. And then whatever container I thought that they would need, if they were already in foreplay, then I would mention VIP. Or if it was like, I don't think there was anything else I sold to that. It was just either regular foreplay or foreplay VIP, just depending. And that's all I said. I didn't say why. I just said, like, for example, here's the bottleneck of your business.
Okay, I'll be out in 1 second. Sorry.
You're
He's like, I pooped.
like,
Okay. Anyway.
here's the bottleneck of your business. Here's how it's affecting you. And basically, I just reiterated sales feel slow, money feels slow, you feel very like your business just feels like fucking pressure. It's not fun. And then I just at the bottom of it would just that I would love to go deeper on this with you inside of foreplay or foreplay VIP. I
So
didn't
all
say
you really did though was like make a Google form, tell them to make a copy and fill it out. And then how did you actually get their answers back though?
I had them just like create a copy and then just send me a copy of that
Oh,
document.
that's right. I sent you the link. Okay, that's I'm all, how did we do that? Okay.
You got a lot going on right now.
Send a copy or a link. Okay, cool. Maybe what I could do for that, tell me your thoughts on this, is like just calling it like a free business audit and maybe making it a cuter name. Do you know what I mean? But just being like over spring break, I have some time, which I don't, but I'll just say,
Well, yeah, you could like post that. Like I just and it wasn't like there was this like huge influx of people. I think that
right,
there was a lot of people that clicked on it and they were like, "Ooh, I don't want her to know my answers."
right, right.
It was fine. But I did send it to anybody who I'd been talking to that and I also sent it to people who I knew should have been in foreplay or should be in it or like they had come to me with if they had so much as sneezed in my direction about something I could help them with in their business, I DM'd them and said, you know, either I invited them directly into it or I said, hey, listen, like I'm doing just for a limited time some, you know, there's about 30 ways that we're leaving money on the table in your business. I'm happy to like give you that form that I give my clients. I want to find which one is the fastest one for you to like turn it the fuck on right now, and we'll go from there. And
Okay, cool.
and yeah, I know one of my mentors didn't love that, but she was like, I feel like over giving. And I was like, it put people in there. And my
Yeah,
response was, I mean, my response was very easy to do because I really looked at like, there was like, it was like the questions in the 20s, basically where they have to admit, I'm not doing
yeah,
the you know, and then especially that one question is like, if I could show you how to sign your next 4 or 5 clients, like, would you be all in? Every single person said 100%. But then it's like, okay, cool. Then I'll see you in foreplay. Then I'll see you inside of blah, blah, blah. And then
okay.
always like that's their decision to step in or step out. But what it did is like it actually scored like my views skyrocketed after that because it's like because you know how like when little kids, like, if you make them a peanut butter and jelly, they're like, oh, it's gross, whatever. But if like they make a peanut butter and jelly, it's like their prize. It's like they love it. Like, I don't know, it can be gross.
Yeah.
But like, it's like when people can see themselves, oh fuck, I've got these gaps here. Oh fuck, I've got this. Then they know it's their responsibility to move into it. And
Okay.
I kind of felt like I know that you know that I know about what's going
Right.
on.
Right.
But I would definitely like that's one angle that you could use. Another one that you could do is so. Oh, I wanted to mention to you, one of the girls in my mastermind just hit her first millie, and so like when you were saying like like I'm so happy for Amanda, she's got 100 like. I totally get it. Like there were so many times where like she would come in and she's like, "Oh my god, it's like a 40K day," and it'd be like, "Okay, me next," but like, fuck you, like,
Right. It's not like you're mad at them. You're just like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know. It's very frustrating. Yeah.
it used to be frustrating, but now I just go, oh my god, me next, yay! And then like
Yeah.
one mastermind I'm in, there's three of us, and like another one just had, I think she did like a 50K day, and then another one just did like their millie, and I'm just like I feel like a little fish in a big pond, like foreplay's taken off really good, and but like that's the thing though, it's like I just think that like we see these things when it's available to us too. So like I've always like what I've learned to do is just go, oh my god, me next. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. Like good for you, me next. And then I just use it to like, okay, like if there's some charge there, let's go take action. Let's go do something about it. Okay, so that side comment, I definitely still like have that too. It's okay. It's okay. That's why like a lot of people actually shy away from group stuff is because they don't want to see that. Like they don't want to see other people succeed. And that's a whole other issue, but that's fine. I would much rather have somebody in there saying, "All right, yeah, fuck you. I'm gonna do it. Congratulations, but fuck you." Like that's fine with me, totally fine. But and not that you're like that, but like I know we've had like kind of funny conversations in the mastermind that I'm in. But what I would say is, okay, so the form could be one door, especially if somebody said that they were in or like they were interested, and then they were like they kind of like pussyfoot around it or whatever. That could be a way that you're like, okay, hey, real quick, like I've got a little bit of extra time. I'm only sending I would say like, I'm only sending this to a few people that I know could like really benefit from this. Um, let me know if you want the details. I find that the less that we say, the more people say yes. And then also like we don't need to like overgive so much. Like I still want like undeniable and you to be the prize, not where we're like bending to try and like and hoeing ourselves out in the DMs just to get them to say yes. That form was just a whole like I just wanted people to identify their gaps personally without me having to call them out. And it was really good market research.
Yeah. I'm sure it gave you like a lot of ammunition for content.
Everything. I mean, it was so parallel. All the answers were so similar. So that was good. And it was what I expected to. You'll probably have the exact same thing. What else I would do is like okay, the girl who just hit her first million, we both have said and had countless conversations on like I don't know why people don't talk more about DM sales because that's literally where like she was telling me too, she's got like a membership that's like it's the only thing she sells. Like she'll do like a random challenge for like $20 every couple of months, but like all she does is sell her membership. And it's nothing but DM sales. Like the content's there, it's on the feed, yes, but it's like being in the DMs, like being in relationship building and it's not necessarily like where so tell me your favorite color and what's your dog's name, but it's just like spending 20 minutes in the morning like liking on people's stories, liking on their stuff, just putting your name on their presence. And then obviously they'll see you selling. And if there's a way that they open up that conversation or they join a challenge, I would do this too. I like, and I'm not above this. When I have been like, nope, sales are fucking happening and like come hell or high water, I will go back into groups that like were have been dead for years. Like I did a group probably 5 years ago called Secret Weapon. There's 100 people in that, and it was just this content copywriting, like the basics of it. And I went in and I messaged every single person and just said, "Hey, I love that you're in this group. Let me know where you're at now, and I'd love to support you moving forward, you know, and just like a quick follow up like that, that started so many conversations. That wasn't recently, but it was like within a couple of years ago. And that was really helpful.
So you said, okay, so you went in and said, I love that you're in this group. I would love to know how I can support you moving forward.
Yeah, just something like that, or just like,
Okay.
like update me, tell me the good news, tell me what you're celebrating.
Okay. And then, so was this like, sorry, I'm just trying to,
You're good.
because I'm so bad at small talk. I'm like, what the fuck do you want from me? Like, I'm like terrible at small talk. That's part of the problem. But
What if it was just like, hi Amanda? What if it was just like, hey, I hope you've been well. Like any group that you've ever been in before, what
yeah.
before you came. I'm just, wanted to follow up, see how life's been, what's new with you, what's exciting to you. Would
Okay, cool.
would love to catch up. And I just leave it at that. If they
So
leave,
were these like, sorry, I'm trying to look for my computer charger. Was this
you're
like a Telegram group and you messaged them in Telegram or did you message them in Instagram? Like, are you messaging them in the same platform? I guess is the question.
yeah, like if
Okay.
like the group was in Facebook, I messaged them on Facebook.
Okay.
If it was in Telegram, I tried to find them on Instagram because I actually sometimes when people message me privately on Telegram, it gets lost.
It's
Or
so scary too, because it's always like weird people trying to scam me with weird shit.
really, boy,
Yes, I get a lot of like people that are like, "Hey, is this Morgan?" And then they'll be like, "I have pictures for sale," like weird shit like that. But I'm like, okay, go away.
that's hilarious. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not against that, and I know that like this her name is Tanya. She does the exact same thing, and we just take
Okay.
the emotion out of it.
Okay.
Um, it's very yeah, it's maybe 5 a day, or you can do more if you're like nope, like Mama's
Yeah.
pissed. We're gonna make some movement today.
Yeah,
um,
and I was like, to be honest, there was like a good like 4 months there where I was really like spending a lot of time in the DMs, like building those relationships, and I didn't see a good return on it. But also, I'm like, maybe I didn't give it enough time. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think I just got pissed off because I'm like, okay, these
I
people,
don't like
but
I don't like small talk. Like I'm not gonna
yeah,
ask you about your dog or whatever. My version of nurturing people is like sending a heart on their stories, maybe liking their post. And typically how I do this is not like cold DMs or like random strangers. It's like I know that this person has reached out at one point, or I've seen them liking on my post, or like there's some interaction there.
yeah,
Like,
okay,
yeah, and I don't make shit up either to be like, oh, like let me try and be like people can sense that from a mile away. I
yeah,
think
yeah, yeah.
a heart goes really far. Because everybody's gonna be like, ooh, who liked my shit? And then they're gonna go look and it's you. So it's
Okay,
just
cool.
I just want to be on their radar. That's all. And
Yeah,
then so I would maybe and I tell people like do this when you're on the toilet, like when you 5 minutes, like or like having your coffee. Like I if it doesn't fit into your workday or it feels like a chore, just do it like when you're at a stoplight or something. Like it doesn't have to
okay,
be a big deal. Um, and then so I would do that angle as well. Follow ups, big thing. Personal invites, like if you know somebody that like should be in it and they're not, I'm not afraid to kind of like be blunt with people. Like I've had previous clients that would like they always want the information and they'd back out. Info, back out. And I've like called that out and be like, listen, I know that this offer would change your business 100,000%. Like it would be so beneficial for you. Let me know when you're ready to talk about signing up. Like I literally will say that. I'm like, you're
okay,
right, you're right, you're right. I'm like, I know. But
right.
and then I know this other girl too, Tanya. Um, she literally will be like if they give her an objection, she will overcome it. I typically don't. I'm kind of like, hey, if you want your limitations, I'll let you keep them. That's fine. But she does, and she's just very much like, hey, like it's never the right time, like whatever they say. She's very sweet about it, but
Hmm.
um, but that's just her. That's it. I don't think that that's necessarily like her strategy. She just kind of naturally does it. And then she'll just be like, "Yep, so let me know when you're ready for that link. Let me know when you're signing up." Like she will just automatically assume the sale. Like, let me know
Okay,
when you see you in that. And I do too. I'll be like, "I'll see you in foreplay. Let me know what."
gotcha. Okay, cool.
Because sometimes we kind of like and I've done this in the past, where it's like we don't want to hurt their feelings. We don't want to be
Right.
pushy. We don't want to be salesy, but then it's still like we're giving our power to how they feel. And we're being like, okay, like I'm gonna assume that you're not adult enough to handle saying yes or no. Like it almost feels like a disservice to them because it's just like, well, if I was having this conversation with any other person on the internet or any other person in my life, I would just be like, hey, yeah, like hope to see you, or like here's a link, we'll see you there. Um, and then I would just trust that like whether they did or didn't, that's on them. I don't care how it makes them feel because they're an adult and most likely they're going to handle it just fine. It's like we can't be so worried about people's feelings because honestly, we always probably assume the worst and like they're fine. They're totally fine. What okay, so some other suggestions too would be
I'm here,
so
Alex, just so you know, I'm just gonna change a diaper while you're talking. Okay, so I'm
you're
sorry.
totally fine. You're totally fine. I'm surprised we haven't had like a cat run over the keyboard yet. Like they've been buck wild today. Um and then other things I would do. So as far as like your content, something that I think that you do really well is like the um, I'm pulling you up again. Morgan. Yeah. So I want to see you. I'm going to challenge you with the same thing, like Amanda too. It's just like really taking up big space and being like, you're insane not to be in my world in one way, shape, or form. And just like very bluntly calling that out. I wonder if there's like maybe an identity that we could tap into as well as like, so you know, like I call it like the turned on woman. Um, and then I talk about different like mindset things, different ways of seeing life, different ways of doing business as they turned on woman. I wonder if there is some kind of like alter ego or like almost like a character that we could bring in for you where it's like we allude to this identity of somebody who is undeniable, or I don't know if like undeniable is a word that you really want to keep in your brand for like for the next foreseeable future where that feels really connected to you. But that helps so much when we can refer to people as like who they get to become or step into with you. Because then it takes you away from not just what you teach, which would be like the branding and like the messaging and the content and the framework. Because I almost feel like that's not enough anymore. Like it's really good, obviously. But when people are like, this coach versus this coach, they're going to go with the person that they identify most with or who they aspire to be like. And so sometimes having that like alter ego of like, this is who you get to become in my world and talking about it as if she's very real and already exists in them. I think that that can help tremendously. And actually, the post I made this morning, was kind of like similar to that. It's like the turned down woman doesn't lose her fire because of her circumstances. And so, and I just basically took that angle with like how we see things in my world, like what we do, how we think. Um
So
and
kind
then
of like, just so I'm understanding,
mhm.
because we all know, like, if I guess if there's like a persona for me, it would be like that bad bitch, right? And so is that what you're kind of talking about? Like that, like in my world, the bad bitch is like, not that I'm going to use this exact thing, but it would be the same thing. Like in my world, the bad bitch doesn't lose her fire because of XYZ. This is how we
Yep.
do things. Like that's what you're talking. Okay, cool. So not necessarily, I mean, and undeniable is fine too, but I think it's a little bit, I mean, I think when we're talking about an identity, it can be harder for people to connect because they're like undeniable in what? Do you know what I mean? So I think, okay, that makes a lot of sense.
You can definitely like take some time to let it marinate and just kind of like come through. I don't even know where turned on woman came from, to be honest. I think it came in a tagline for
Okay.
play, and then it just like it took off. It was just easy to like keep talking about that.
Okay.
And then it just felt correct. Like there wasn't like necessarily a strategy, and it just gave me this like okay, the turned on woman, what is she like? And it was like, well, you know she believes that life, money, business, love, opportunities, like they all respond to her. This is how she looks at problems, this is how she carries herself, this is what she believes she's capable of. And today was like about like we don't let the shitty shit like define us. Like we just keep going. But like talking to that kind of identity has been super helpful. Like
Okay, cool.
And so, yeah, and it's honestly, it's just you. It's just how you see things, how you think. But like when people will start coming to your page, they'll be like, let's just call it bad bitch for now. It's just like I'm the bad bitch. Like this is how I show up as the bad bitch in my life. Like this is how I approach things. This is how I approach my business. And then it really sets you apart from everybody who's just like, here's my hook. Like here's 30 hooks to go viral. Like
Okay.
so I think that you're 100% like billion% ready for it. And
Yeah.
because I think it's kind of like we've hit this glass ceiling of being like, here's what she teaches, here's what she knows, and obviously she's fabulous at it. But your higher level of clients, and I hate using that term, but like the people who want to go the distance, and it's like their business is their baby, it's their playground, it's their legacy, like it means something to them, and they want to be undeniable, like they want to take that step. I think they're also looking at like, okay, like what do I feel like in her world? Like who do I get to become? And they don't always have to be like, oh, I want this identity completely copycatted onto me. Like one of my mentors is like the empowered woman. I actually don't really like associate with that name, but I like what it stands for. So I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'll jam with that. But I think that that helps a lot because then it's like content kind of opens up that way where it's just like, oh, now we can introduce mindset. Now we can introduce like energetics and we could introduce so many more things than just like, oh, here's my content framework or whatever. And it makes it a really nice blend too when you're like, let's say, this is how the bad bitch looks at our business. Like she looks at this as like people would be insane not to be working with her. Okay, I'll wash my mouth too. But it's like the bad bee
You're
looks at
fine. I have a earbud in.
okay. She looks at her business as like her fucking playground. Like this is where people come to like literally transform their life. Like if she feels cringe, she's not gonna feel cringe here because like, it's gonna like this is where you can't be too big, you can't be too loud, like where the world has told you that, you can't do this or tone it down or whatever. It's like if you come into my world as the bad bitch, like that doesn't exist here. And how we make that monetizable and how we make that stand out in your brand is my strategies or like my framework or whatever. So excuse me, it's like that nice kind of blend of like it's not just here's my content framework. Now please hire me for one-to-one and masterminds and all the stuff.
Yeah, okay, I love that. And I think like something for me, I don't know if like, and it's okay if you swear, my kids are used to it. I don't
Okay.
know. They know not to say those words. And I have earbuds, so it's good. But I don't like that's the thing. It's like the bad bitch to me, like this is this is where it's so interesting. I'm like, 2 years ago, like the bad bitch was like, that's me. I'm actually like, I feel like I've elevated a little bit past that because there is some like, and that maybe that's just crazy, but like when I'm thinking about the bad bitch, there's like some proving behind it in my mind. There was for me anyway. And I almost feel like it's more like when I think about it now, it's more like no, I'm just like the one. I'm the one, like, I'm the chosen one that people want. I'm like how you always say, like, God's favorite. It's like, yeah, like, and for a while it was like it girl. And I'm like, but even that, it's like, that feels performative. Like, you have to be on. Yeah. And I'm like, no, I'm just the one that when I walk in a room, people are like, I
And
want to listen to her.
you can use the one if that
Yeah.
feels
Right now, that feels really good. I'm like, I just don't know if that's too vague, but it could be like the one that clients automatically know, the one that, like, you know what I mean?
that's where it's going to be unique to you. Like, and it doesn't, because if I say turned on woman, oh my God, we could take every which way with that. And so,
Right.
so then it's like you come on and like when you say the one, it's like what you'll start repeating in your messaging will start creating the one in somebody's mind. But like exactly like what you said too, I think that would be a great post if you're just like I used to see myself as the bad bitch, but like now that I've grown and like some of the lessons I've been through, I kind of felt like I had something to prove. And here's the thing about when you are the one as a woman for your clients in your business, there's nothing to prove. And it's the most freeing thing, like something like that. But I think it's okay to like, my posts always do really well and they spark a lot of good conversation when I like kind of get vulnerable and I share about like where I've contradicted myself or where I would, like advice to my younger self or like that was a perfect one. Cause I wouldn't have like if you would have asked me a year ago about being the turned on woman, like I would have like literally laughed.
Right.
I,
Right.
you went that way, Alex? Okay. Um, yeah, and like that, I think that does really well. What else? because I just feel like it's just going to give like something for people to sink their teeth into with your brand, where it's not just another branding or like messaging or content, program that you're selling. It's how you show up and how you walk through life essentially. And if we know your client, we know that she wants to be the one. She wants to be top of mind, first one that people think about when they hear
Yeah.
a word in her niche. It's like they can't get her face out of their mind. Like you could even you could even go sexual with it. Like she lingers in their mind for days. Like and I don't even know if that's sexual, but it's just
But
like,
it's like true though. And that's the thing. It's like even my clients, like I have realtors, I have coaches, I have like, and no matter what industry they're in, that's like their biggest pain point is they're like, I'm just not top of mind for these people. Like they choose someone
ooh,
else. And I'm like, yeah, well, that's because you don't think you know what I mean? But it's like, that's the thing. It's like kind of like when we're talking about dating, right? It's just like what you say, like in order to stay like lingering in their mind, it's like you have to be a little bit different. You have to be a little bit, and that's the thing. Like actually, when you were saying that, I was like, it came into me like at some point, once I really established this, the one, I could do like a mini mind or like, a challenge that's like becoming the one and really just use my it factor framework because
yeah,
that's the thing. I think the it factor framework is amazing, but that languaging of it factor, for some reason, it doesn't land with people. Like they don't quite get it. And I'm like, I think it's just because everybody's like, oh, I'm just boring or I don't need to, and it's like, but I think that would be really, really good. Like how to stay on people's mind, how
yeah.
to be the first one that they think of.
Because we're tapping into, especially if we work with mostly females, like our innate desires are to feel chosen, desired, the one, better than everybody else, like best of the like a diamond in the rough type thing. And so it's like if we play on that, that's still very much alive in our business too. We want our work to be top of mind. We want our
Right.
business to be top of mind. And so then it's like when we take it into more of like this like visceral like this is just we wake up with these desires. These are just primitive. Like they are primal for us. And like what you said, every coach, woman, realtor, whatever that you've worked with, they all want to be the one, but the one in every area of their life. We want to be the one he chooses. We want to be the one that's the best. We want to be the one that they can't stop thinking about. We want to be the one that's top of mind. I could see this really blowing up for you.
Yeah, when you said that, I was like, oh, that's like a tagline, like becoming the one, and it could be like how to become chosen and desired by your ideal clients daily. Like I'm like,
I have
right. I'm
that's
like, this is
so
so
good.
good. Yeah.
That's so good because every woman is like, that's what I fucking want. She fucking gets it.
Yeah,
I
they
want
don't
to,
want to chase.
yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Go. It's
We love spring break. We love spring break.
yeah. He's like brother said Diamond Steve. I'm like, I don't. They are nonstop. It's funny when you're like, I want to give my kids siblings so they have someone to play with. It's literally just someone to fight with and tell on. I'm like, it's not any improvement. But yeah, no, I love that. I think that is huge. Did Amanda ever pop on? No,
Yeah,
I just want to make sure. Oh, she is here?
That's
yes.
okay.
Oh, I
No
can't see you.
worries.
Okay, I'm complete. Alex, you gave me
You're all
like so
good.
many good things. Like you gave me so many good things. I'm going to implement these this week. So I'm going to turn my face and noise off and Amanda take the floor. Okay. Thank you so much, Alex.
You're so welcome. And I think that this will bring that like aliveness and that fire back to selling it because it's like, ooh, y'all ain't even seen what I'm about to hit you with now. Like, and then it's fun because you get to walk through the world. I think I was saying this yesterday in the call. It's like, it's so much easier for life to just kind of translate into content when you're like, yes, I'm the one, I'm the embodiment of this. And so everything that happens in my life gets to be an example of this or whatever. So yeah, I'm excited. We'll definitely jam and telegram more about that. Yay. Hi, Amanda. How are you?
Hello, hello. No worries about the time. I'm good. How are you?
I'm so good. Fill me in. Tell me all the things. I
Yeah,
saw you have
uh,
100 followers. That's amazing.
yeah. You know what? I was like, we try not to get like vanity metrics, and it's like, but it's tough. Like, I was like, I am showing up to like content, and like my account is not growing. Like, this is getting annoying. And it was like, it's almost like Instagram just like pushes the brakes on stuff sometimes. Like, I slip up with my consistency a little bit.
Mhm.
And then all of a sudden it's like it stops and it's
I
like
feel
that
like
is
it
really
does
fucking frustrating.
sometimes. I mean, I don't fault you at all about that.
Yeah, and
I will
so
take it. I will take it.
I was struggling with that because I was like, I don't need to like have my numbers sky high, but I have to feel like people are actually like seeing my stuff, right? So
Talk.
yesterday, like everything started getting pushed back out again, which was really, really nice. Not that I cared. 100 followers in a day is amazing. I don't expect that every day, but it was like just seeing that things were starting to move was nice. However, that has taught me, and I don't want to say this, but it is true. Every time I like pause a little bit for a couple days, like we had company, my account plummets. So what I was like, I said to my husband last night, I'm like, okay, I have to have at least like one or two simple things ready that if we have a busy day, I can just hit post. You know what I mean? Like
Well,
I know we shouldn't think that we can't take time off, but it's bitten me in the ass so many times. And it's so hard to bounce back from that I'm like,
I want to challenge you with this relationship with us though, because like, who says it like if you say it plummets, it will. And like, yeah, there might be people that maybe don't see it, but like,
yeah,
um, I guess how I would look at it too is I don't want you to feel like you've got golden handcuffs with your business.
yeah,
That you have to show up or you have to be on all the time because that's a recipe for broken, burnt out.
totally.
I mean, it won't be at first, but it'll be like, oh, I'm gonna course correct. It's like I'm gonna get my business to picture driving a car and you're going 200 miles an hour. Okay, well now I'm gonna try to like, you know, now I'm gonna try to slow down. How? You're at 200
I
miles an hour.
know.
You want to sustain that? Like, yeah. So, what I would do is like something that has helped me is getting comfortable with the ebb and flow of it. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like I'll just use a dating analogy too, or like your husband. If you don't hear from him for a few hours, your marriage hasn't gone backwards. It
True.
hasn't plummeted. He's just
Yeah,
busy.
true.
He's just busy.
True.
Back up. Or if he's like, if work's really stressful or like it's a lot for like a while or you're not feeling good, like I know like my sister a couple of years ago, her husband was traveling for like 3 months straight. Like their marriage didn't go backwards. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was like, they don't love that, but it was like picked up, right where they left off. I want you to have that same feeling with your business. Like, yes, we love the W's, we love the wins, but also like you call the shots. You decide if it's going. Now, if it's just like, oh no, I love because I'm raising my hand. I like a touch point in my business. It feels good to me. And
Mhm.
so, what I won't look at is I don't want to like let certain things slow me down. But like, yeah, I also know myself and I know that like even on vacation, I like to take a little bit of time during the day or, just to get something up, just to like, I like to feel like I haven't completely signed off. If that is you too, there's nothing wrong with that. That's just being honest. But like, do I do it out of what I would want you to look at is do I do it out of fear of going backwards or do I do it because it just feels good to me?
Yeah, I mean, definitely good point. The fear for sure, because it's like when we're at the beck and call of the algorithm, like it is challenging because like I do notice a pause. However, like you said, as time continues to build and things like that and things get busier, I don't want that to be like the forefront of like feeling like I need to go all the time because of that. And so that's where I was trying to figure out like well, one, obviously there's some identity work and like mindset stuff that needs to be done there.
It will
But
never
two,
be
like just a simplified way, like taking an old post from like 6 months ago and just like re-putting it out there, or I don't know, something that might not be the answer, but I was just
no.
like,
I mean, I'm all for repurposing. Like,
just so it's not like, because it's really hard. And I agree with what you're saying 100% actually, like with that, like feeling that way. But then it's like logically, you're like, oh damn, like every time I do this, this is what happens. And you can't help but like get sucked into that spiral, I guess, essentially.
yeah,
Um,
it's a story that I mean, at the end of the day, it gets to be a story we tell ourselves, and it can be an
yeah,
empowering or disempowering one.
yeah.
And I mean, truth is always going to be our version of it. And so, I think that it just depends on what you want that version to be for you. Um,
Mhm.
when I look at you and your business, like I always kind of zoom out long term, and I don't want to see you in a year, 2 years, feeling like, oh, I've got this big business now, but I feel like I've got handcuffs to my phone, and I feel like I can't turn it off in my head. And I feel like I constantly have to be reacting to if my post did well, if the algorithm pushed it out, if I got new followers, because all of that is becomes circumstantial. And it's like
Yeah.
that's where the power lies because you're responding to that versus it responding to you. And
Yeah.
so, it's like I don't want to see my clients just as like woman to woman. It's like I don't want it to be a cage for you.
Yeah.
Like it
And it's
has
so easy to get consumed by, right? So that's a good point. It's really easy to get sucked into that.
I know it is. Something one of my mentors talks about a lot, and I'm still perfecting this, but she says visibility is a frequency.
Hmm.
Like, do we believe people see us regardless of what we do? Do we believe people, because like yeah, we can get, and you said 100 qualified followers. That's amazing. I remember one time it was like a big surge. It was way long time ago. My account's so old. Like it's so old. I think I opened it in like 2012. But like there was like this surge of people. It's like back when you could post and you get hundreds of likes on posts or whatever, and then
Yeah.
people would all follow you. And I just remember like thinking like, oh my gosh, like I want the proof of that. But like now it's like if I get one or two likes on a post, but like I go look at like the data or like what's happening, it's like it's very clear that like there's attention, there's eyes here. And I always want to make
True.
for my clients too. It's like just because you got followers doesn't mean they're qualified or how hot
Yeah.
they are or like, you know,
Totally.
I would always rather have two people like in my on my stories, but they're my people than like 500.
Yeah,
But
I totally agree with that. I think the reason I'm like that is because my account started so small. And it is really hard to have that mindset when your account is small. Like now that I'm like the 2000 range, I'm a lot more comfortable because like when it was like a few hundred, sure, it's a few hundred, but it's like how many of those people are actually qualified, right? So it's like just kind of like doing the math. But now I'm like, I'm okay with not growing consistently or not seeing likes. I get hardly any likes on my stuff, and that's okay. Like I'm okay with that.
there are so
And
many just
I
damn
was
nosy.
pardon?
There are so many people who are just damn nosy. Like
Yeah, totally.
I'll look at like some of the likes of my posts and it'll be like five. And then I'll look
Yeah,
at the insights and it's like how many views
I
it got.
know.
I'm just like,
I
okay,
know.
reveal
I had
yourself.
one post that got like 100 followers and then one that got like 24, which is good. And they were all like pretty good people. Like I go through, well, I shouldn't do this, but any of the accounts that look like trash, like I shouldn't do this, but I do. Like the weird freaking photos, I'm like, no, you're not following me. Like, and then I also get unfollows too, which I don't get sucked into that. I love that because I'm like, okay, perfect. I'm losing these people that aren't for me. That's not why I
Mhm.
was here though. So what I was gonna say is when you guys were talking about I was so funny. It's like you're in my head. The like other persona. I was thinking this the other day. Like, who's the person that I am online? Like, who's that? Like, I think I have some like visibility wounds where I'm like.
It's
I-
scary.
Yeah, like it's like I tell myself I'm not scared and I'm not, but like somewhere, some way, I think I don't feel that way because it's like I don't feel like I truly like go full out. Like when we're in Telegram, I can just like yap and like say whatever I want and be like, fuck this, fuck that. Like not that I'm
Yep,
gonna be like that's my content,
I love
but
it.
and then all of a sudden I get on content and I'm like, who is this watered down version of this person that has like just sounds boring and like no confidence and no like it factor. And not that I have to like bring that in every post, but I'm like, we've talked about this where I'm like, I don't feel like people feel my energy, my confidence, my authority through my content, which is very different like if you met me in person, right? And so I'm like, oh God, there has to be like something in there where it's like me, just that reservation of like when you were saying to Morgan, I just jotted down a couple notes. But like who you get to be in my world, like what it is that we do and like what it is that we think and like what we're gonna do. And then it was like just like the fact that like owning that people come to me to like transform their lives and feel better and get better and things like that. And I think like I don't even realize I'm doing it in my content until I go back and look and I'm like, this is fucking boring.
I
Like
love
sure,
it.
people still like it and they still eat it up, but it's boring. Like there's no differentiation factor between me and somebody else, right?
I feel like content is always like if we actually look at it and like all the clients and even myself, my own journey, it's always been not so much of a journey of sales, but as it is of self trust and expression. It's
Mm,
how safe do I feel to be seen? How safe do I feel to share? my unhinged thoughts, my personality, and how comfortable do I feel giving, like, not micromanaging the outcome and also people's feelings. And I think that like our knee jerk reaction, because it was mine, I don't care about that shit. Like, fuck them, you know? But then it was just like, but we care about the sales, we care about conversion, we care, so it's like this delicate balance. But I found for me what was really hard at first, so like bringing my personality like on online was like, what if people don't get it? And like there's always like a gradient of this. Like, what if people don't get it is different when you first start versus when you've been doing it for a long time. I don't know if it ever goes away. I actually was telling Morgan before you hopped on, there have been so many moments, even with like the Fuck Me Up Daddy brand, where I'm like, who the fuck does this? Like, who just makes up a brand like that and just like has nothing but like these crazy like sexy analogies and some like just random like spicy, like it's just like it's all the things, and it could be taken 50 million different ways. And we were talking about how it can feel kind of delusional to be like, oh well, I'm gonna be the face of this, and I have to be the loudest about this, and I have to be, and like, and so yeah, if it feels unhinged and crazy and like a little vulnerable, a lot vulnerable, I think that you're doing it right, because there I have had so many moments of that too. And there might be people who disagree with it, or want to talk shit or whatever, or you become that. But then it's also like, then it comes back to like, okay, do I let that affect me, like, or am I holding back because I'm afraid of what somebody could think, or whatever. The thing that helped me was just like, people, I cannot control how they respond. I cannot control their comfort. I mean, the fact is, you can smile at somebody in today's world and they will think that you have ill intentions.
Yeah.
I'm not going to stop smiling at people.
Totally. Totally.
And so another thing that I have too with my brand and like the visibility of it is like, I don't care if you like it or don't. You do not get to come and disrespect me on my page. I mean, like, one of my mentors thinks of like our pages and our content is like, this is our home. If you come, like, you're not going to come into my home and tell me you don't like my throw pillows. You can get the fuck out. Like,
Yeah,
or
totally.
you're not going to come into my house and,
Tell me how to do my how to clean or how to do whatever, right? Like, yeah.
right. Yes.
Totally.
Yeah, exactly. Or that they would change
That's
these curtains
true.
or whatever. Like, and I feel the same way, and I get fiercely protective of like you guys too for your stuff. It's like, you are so safe in your own home to be who you want to be and to
Yeah.
go there. It's not always overnight. It's a muscle that is scary. It's hard to flex at first, and it's that journey of self-trust and acceptance and expression and all the things. That's why it's never just the hook. It's never just the CTA. It's literally, it's so much more like identity and mindset work, and it's never ending. Like, even how I feel now, it's like I've come to a point. I know that there's more I can go. I know that, like, oh my god, what if I were to have 100,000 followers overnight? That would feel very like exposed to me, and or like I just Goss magazine reached out, and so I was like thinking about like publicity and like all this stuff. It's like, oh yeah, well, if we bring Fuck Me Up Daddy into this, it's like, I definitely know that the more visible I become, the more I risk people not getting it, rejection, judgment, all the things. I mean, I don't know if you follow or know Amanda Francis, but like, she went on Real Housewives of
Yes,
Beverly
I watch. Yeah.
Hills. She is literally like the biggest villain
Eating
ever.
alive.
And like, I know her. She is like such a cool human. Like, she's unreal. She's amazing. And it's like, but she's the biggest villain ever now on like TV. And she's like, whatever.
I
Like,
think it's how she's perceived, but she's comfortable with who she is. She's like, this is me, like you take it or leave it, and that's okay, right? Like you either fit or you don't. I'm not a Amanda Francis fan. That's okay.
yeah,
But
exactly.
it's like and that's the point, right? It's like that's okay. It's not for everybody. Like I think she's probably a great person, but she comes off as like this braggy, like whatever, and that's okay, right? Like,
Very big personality. Yes, very big.
yes.
Of a lot of space. Like, you can like feel her energy. Like, when she walks around, like, it like slaps you in the face. It's crazy.
Yeah, which is good, right? Like you attract the right people. And I was actually thinking about this when you said this with the visibility thing, because it was like, I think, I don't know how long it was ago. It was probably 3, 4 years ago when I wanted to get out of like my job I hated in real estate and things like that. I took a subconscious and like mindset somatic work certification. I was like, I'm going to coach people because back then I was making fucking 20K a month and I was like, I'm going to coach people to like get their identity back, like when things were good, to that space. And then what happened was people from my personal life family were like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what is this weird shit? Like my sister-in-law had made a comment, was like, oh yeah, like the weird shit you do online. And it was like, ah, and that just like shrunk me so small because it was like, so, and she doesn't mean it, like she's a nice person, but it was like that judgment of people finding me like family, maybe my in-laws, my mother-in-law, my sister-in-law, and being like, what the fuck kind of post is this about like
I
quantum leaps or like, right? And I was like, it fucked with me. And it was like ever since then, I was like so bold, so authentic, so like I think magnetic in my content. And ever since
Mhm.
then, it's like it's just like I've had a hard time getting past that, right?
That person in the back of your mind. I
Yeah.
still, I mean, I have been working online since 2012. I still have like aunts that are like, what? I don't get it. I don't think you should talk like that. And I'm like, ma'am, if it was for you, you would sign up. It's not for
Yeah,
you.
exactly. It's not talking to you.
If you don't get it, that's fine. Like I'm not here for you to get it. I got 3 DMs yesterday over on Facebook from people who are like not my ideal client. They're just like they're people from like around my area, and they're like, I don't get it. What does "fuck me up, daddy" mean? Like, arch your back and pull your hair like the fuck. And I'm just like, it's not for you, okay? Like I just said in layman's terms, it's a personal brand for
Yeah.
marketing, whatever. And so like, I don't know, it just doesn't go away. But I remember, so my ex-husband, so when I brought out "fuck me up, daddy," he has had a heyday with mocking me. He's got his new girlfriend mocking me, and any post I make,
God.
he actually introduced it legally as why, to fight me on it. I don't know why. He looks funny. Like the post that he chooses to bring to court, I'm just like, I would have chose a different one. But anyways, and so it's like there something I learned with that is like it does suck to have like the people who know you that are closest to you. It's like I don't get it. Like what is this? And it's like I know that has shrunk me before. Like I remember having a little bit of like a stomp your feet and like Kim Kardashian like ugly cry this fall, especially when he was going like ham on it. And I was just like, did I make the wrong move? Like should I not have this brand? Should I not go there? And I just remember
Yeah.
thinking, you know what? Fuck him. Like why?
Yeah.
Why? Like we're done. His opinion of me doesn't matter. It's not bringing me an orgasm, income, or any happiness. Definitely not any of that. So
Exactly.
you know what? It's like he can fuck off. And but there was just like I think Morgan and I kind of talked about this too. And it's this kind of slow process. Sometimes it's fast. Like, well, it's not. Like when you decide it's there and it's done. But it is almost this like process of like I'm oh yeah, you guys are so I'm so excited to actually share a lot more publicly. My lawyer promised we were gonna be divorced on Friday, but he's thrown a
Oh, yay. That's so exciting.
I just got letters today. He just threw a wrench into everything. But anyways, he's a loser. We'll get rid of him. But yeah, I mean, there was like, especially when everything first started, I had to get a PPO taken out on him. Like he is such a loudmouth on everywhere, and if he can destroy my image and reputation in any way he can, whether it's true or not, he tries to. And he, has a whole gang of people that want to do the same thing. And I just remember thinking, like, I'm not gonna let them win. Like, I'm gonna fuck those people. Like, it actually it made me mad. And so it's
That's
like,
what I wanted to do. I wanted to like ignite that, like, fuck you. Do what I want to
yeah.
do.
And I was like, I'm gonna get louder, actually, and I'm gonna go
Yeah.
more off the handle, and and
Yeah.
I won't say it's always comfortable. Like, I mean, there are times where I'm like, ooh, like this feels like Morgan and I were talking. It was like sometimes it feels cringe to be like the face of your brand when it feels like nothing, like people don't get it, or it feels like you're the only one shouting about it, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden, like somebody notices or somebody gets it, or like you get that client that comes in and like their life changes because of it or something. And it's kind of like, I told you guys, I told you so. Like, and I'm like, what? And it feels good. But yeah, I think it's the same thing in content and messaging is like, like your aunts or mother-in-law are like, you have the permission to block them.
Yeah. I
If
have, because I'm like, I had to, or I would never show up.
yeah. And when they ask about it at family dinners or holidays, we get to say, it's going great. Thank you for asking. If they're like, I don't get it. And it's like, that's okay. It's probably not for you. It's for
Yeah.
a different type of client. And I just I always just end the conversation. So tell me more about what's going on with you.
Yeah, that's a good point because like I hate being questioned on that stuff. It drives me crazy because it's like I feel like it doesn't come from curiosity, it comes from like judgment, right?
Yeah.
Like if it came from curiosity, it wouldn't trigger me, but it does. And I mean, it's really hindered me showing up, which obviously you've gone through as well. And it's tough
Oh,
because it's like I put myself online years ago, nothing fazed me. And now I'm like, oh, and I don't feel that way when I write content, but clearly that comes up somewhere where I'm like, I'm not being that like unfiltered, you know.
to stand out, I heard this at a Tony Robbins conference. It was like, to stand out feels like social suicide. And we do it until somebody takes that jab at us, and then we're like, oh, fuck, it's not safe. Even if it's subconsciously, we're like, if I stand out from the crowd or the status quo, or if I say something that like maybe somebody will disagree with, or it's going to ruffle feathers or whatever, it can make us feel like we are like standing up and saying, everybody take your shot,
Yeah.
go for it. And then like, just like we kind of get scared, like we're waiting for it to hit. And
Hmm.
the problem with that is it's like, we have to stand out in order to have, like, if we want the big business, we want the brand, we want the life, we want all the things, it's going to take, not doing what everybody else is doing.
Yeah.
And that's where it's really scary. And I don't think it's something that like I think it's always some like a layer that we get more comfortable with and that we peel it back. But it's helped me like being in spaces like this or like having mentors where I can just be like, you guys, I posted this, and my Aunt Gail like literally left the rudest comment, like, and then just like fuck her, like not really, but like honestly,
True though.
for
Like,
her, maybe for her, yes, but like, um, just like just knowing that like you're not the only one that goes through it, or like
yeah.
I have a mentor that like the Reddit threads get like stupid about her, and like they just gossip, and she's like that's part of it. She's like
Yeah.
I would never trade my life and my success. Like nobody who's doing better than you would ever think to talk bad or talk down on you.
Yeah, and I
Or
feel like unless you're in the online world and you're like building a business and a brand, you just don't get it. And that's okay. Like, but that doesn't mean you have to like aim your projections on somebody, right? And I think like when you guys have seen this a lot, like my biggest hurdle and like why I continue to like get coaching or try to, because it's like for
Mhm.
me, it's always a mindset thing. That's literally what it is. It's the mindset and the identity. Like when I just like say fuck it, just do it, I'm good. But like I've always been that way. It's like my husband can be like, where do you want to go for dinner tonight? I'm like, no, give me two options and I'll pick one. Don't ask me because I'll overthink it. I'll think, do I want
Yep.
this? Do I want this? I'll look at this menu. I'll look at this menu. And I'm like, I can't have that. Like it literally, I get stuck in like analysis paralysis. Like who I am, it's like I need A or B. Oh, A. Like, or, and it's just, and I've noticed that even with content, it's like, as soon as I start, I have all these ideas. As soon as I start going through and think, okay, maybe I'll write this one or I'll record this. And I spend so much time planning it instead of just being like, okay, start with one. Do one, record one. Okay, don't worry about that. Go to the next one. Like I have to just like take my brain out of it and execute. As stupid as that sounds, like it's just like so easy to get caught in that, like, I don't know what it is, like over planning,
I think
overthinking.
too, there's such a pressure like for our posts because it is our way of marketing and selling, or one way of them. That like there's this, even if it's subconscious, there's this pressure of like, well, I want to make sales from this, so I have to say it right. I have to appeal to the right person. I have to, it has to follow this or whatever. And so we get like it's like it almost kind of pulls at our head. So then we don't trust what we say because like, oh, it can't be that easy, or
Yeah.
oh, what about this and that? And then it's like because we want the sale, but then we're like, don't be attached to it. And so it's like this whiplash in our head. And that's why content feels so daunting to people, and they get so upset about it because it's like it's just a mental battle so often. Um, what I would recommend too, so I had a mentor who said, she's like, give yourself 10 minutes, like set a timer and you write, and that's what your post is for the day. Like
I love that.
eliminate the like, because I feel this way about like cleaning my house or any tasks that I'm avoiding doing. If I give myself 20 minutes, I can get this whole house like fucking spotless. But if I give it the whole day, I will take the whole day to do
It's
it.
true. I'm the same. It's like if I literally am like on a time crunch, I can bang something out so fast
Oh yeah.
and so quick and execute. But as soon as I let myself like take time to think or have space, and that's what I was saying to you before, like where I spend so much time not doing things, and it just causes like this problem, right? Where it's like I'm constantly doing that. And it's like where if I just like remove the thinking piece or like the timeline to like, oh, I have all day to do it and be like, okay, I've got 60 minutes, I'm gonna get as much content done as I can, or
Yep.
half an hour, or whatever the case might be, whatever I'm doing that day, right? 10 minutes and write the post. But I think I overcomplicate it because I'm like, I gotta record it. Then I need a caption. Then I have to do it. And then by the time I've done that, it's taking me so long and I don't want to do anymore.
Yeah, it's
I'm like,
this shit. Yes.
yeah.
And the permission I've given myself, and I got this from one of my mentors too, was like for your content, path the least resistance. That's the thing that feels the most alive, the thing that can just come out. If you're so I actually have this rule with myself. If I'm sitting down and it feels hard to write content, I just don't write content. I'm done.
Yeah.
Like, and I know that like some people are like, figure it out. But like for me, that's turned into the worst content ever. It took me hours to do. I hated it after it went out. Nobody else liked it either. Like we could all feel that I didn't want to be there that day. Like,
Totally.
and it, like then it's like I ended up deleting it anyway. And that was also something I learned. Like we get to trust that it's like it also kind of tunes into like when we talk, people listen, and it doesn't matter. We don't have to talk all the time for them to listen to us. That it
Yeah.
can be, I don't care if it goes out at midnight. If that's when it came through and you're like, oh my gosh, I got this idea, and it's like pulled up, amazing. Like we live at like our businesses is global. Everybody's like in a different time zone. And when they see it, it's like even if they're my neighbor right now could not be on Instagram at this very time. He might be at lunch. But maybe tonight at 3 o'clock in the morning when he can't sleep, he's scrolling and maybe he's like, I don't know. Not that he would be an ideal client, but just making it real life. It's like
For sure.
people aren't, we think that like we have to abide by like these like and the data is helpful but it can almost be harmful because it's like oh most of your followers are active around 9 a.m or 12 a.m or whatever, but it doesn't mean that they're necessarily on your page. It just means that that's when they're scrolling.
Totally.
And
And then, like the algorithm could hit them with that post at any time. It could be the next morning, it could be later that night. Like just because you put it out at that time doesn't mean that's when it's hitting everybody, right? Like
I
I truly think that I found for myself, and I've just learned this over time, like my, not that I care when it performs, because I usually post at the end of the day, but I find my posts do fall flat when I do at the end of the day. So now I schedule it for the morning. And that just means I've got my content done for the day. I don't have to think about it, right? And I love
I
what you said with the path of least resistance, because that's what I struggle with. It's like, I think sometimes I fall so much into like written content when I don't enjoy writing content. Like I like just like getting on my phone, saying my piece and like getting off, you know?
yeah,
And I don't do a lot of that. And that's the easiest way for me to do it. And the easiest way for me to like people to see my personality. I think sometimes I get too caught up in like, oh, I want to make sure I covered this, this, and this. And then I'm like re-recording because like I fumbled over where and that like the perfectionism, right? Where I'm like, when I really truly shouldn't care.
I had one mentor, she's like I'd be fucked if I always had to use written content. Like she literally it's constantly either like a recording of like her talking on a call or it's her face to camera and like she does not edit it. She doesn't like sometimes there's barely a caption. Like there it's like it is she is just moving. It's like, all
Yeah.
right, had the thought path leads through this one's here it goes. I have found too that I think that like people are really enjoying content like that too, because it's like we get to see real people. And to me it
Mm.
also communicates with a brand. It's like if somebody is going live and they don't have makeup on or a bra or they and like their house is messy. I'm like, good, I like you because like I'm loud, I'm imperfect, I'm messy, and the fact that you still show up and it means that
Mm,
you have something to say. And it means that
totally.
like it's bigger than you. It's bigger than trying to make it look a certain way. So I like that personally. And I would argue that a lot of people do, you
Yeah, I
know.
think people are craving like that authenticity. They don't want the perfectly polished content anymore. And like, who wants to put out the perfectly polished content? It's exhausting.
I should like cancel my Canva subscription because like that makes me want
Yeah.
to throw my laptop. Oh my gosh, I can't
Yeah.
stand it.
I've
And
thought the same.
and it's like there's so many easy ways like with Instagram, even if you do written content, it's like you can just like write it like in there and just like leave it. And
Yeah,
then,
that's what I started doing, like putting it like on a story and just writing it and then just doing a couple slides and downloading it and posting it. It's faster too. Like I think that's the thing, like what you said, that's actually super important for me to remember, like path of least resistance, because I spend so much of my day being like, wow, I did all day and I've got like, a fraction of things done. I spend so much more time digging around than actually doing what I want to do. And not for lack of wanting to. Like I actually love doing that stuff. It's like I think I'm just going against like what truly works for me instead of being
yeah,
like, hey, this is what feels the easiest and the most natural. Like, why wouldn't I do that?
yeah, exactly. And I too, like, and I'm sure people probably see it, but it's like the days where I just feel like content is pouring out of me, I also don't hold back. Like if I post 4 times that day, everybody's welcome. Amazing. Because it'll probably cover up for the days where nothing's really coming through or like whatever. Like, and I was even scrolling the other day. I'm seeing reels from like mid February still. Like,
Totally.
content continues to circulate even after we post it. It's not like you have like that like snapshot in time. And so it's like I want you guys to also have that permission and that peace of mind because content is obviously like it's so nuanced and it's so complex with the identity, with mindset, with sales, with all the things. But the last thing I want it to feel like is a fucking cage for you guys, like, or
Yeah.
like, this stressful thing. Because at the end of the day, it's like some of my best performing stuff has been when I literally looked like shit. It made no sense. Like, I just kind of like threw it out there. I have a friend of mine who's in the industry too. She wrote like a piece of content. She did a reel like in her bed. Like it was just like B-roll film and she like wrote something on it. And it went fucking viral. She's like, it took me 3 minutes. And she's like, I actually hated it. I just posted it. Sometimes like we can't predict when that's gonna happen. But I've heard more often than not that it's a post that we put like no effort into. And we're just like,
That's
fuck it,
true.
it's going up. And I know that people have done really well with content challenges where they're challenged to post like 3 times a day. So then it's like they stop overthinking it. I don't know if I'd recommend that to you because I just feel like you're just so smart and brilliant that you'd be like, okay, so I'm going to schedule these posts and I'm going to do this.
You're too kind calling me smart.
Like, I
I'm
feel
like,
like
oh my
Amanda
God,
goes post 3 times a day. You'd be like, okay, on it. And then you'd have like this like strategy.
I'd be
Like,
stuck. I'd be stuck because I'd be like, okay, I want to make sure I post different kinds of content, and then I want to make sure the hooks are unique. And it's like that's the thing, like that I am my biggest sabotager, like, and I truly think that sometimes I'm like, man, not that I'm not successful, but the reason I'm not more successful is
very much.
because of myself, right? It's like it's me just putting all these limitations on things or like taking not taking the path of least resistance or things like that. And I think that that's just like such a good reminder where it's like I just have to I overcomplicate it and I don't need to overcomplicate it.
Our brains
Um
love to fight us tooth and nail when what got us
yeah.
to where we are. Like, you obviously have been very much served, and it's not a skill that I would ever want to see you throw away of like how smart you are, how like detailed and planning and organized that you are. Like, I would never want to see you throw that away because it's gotten you the success that you have. But it's
Yeah.
really hard for our brains when like it's almost like, well, this is how we got here. So it wants to continue to do that. And then when we're trying to like step like it's not even like I don't know, it's just like a next level of ease. It still wants to fight because it's just like, no, but this is how we did it. This is how you had 20K months. This is how you had this.
Yeah.
And it's like, yes, and that's amazing. And I still get to take all of that and the field of possibility, this next
Hmm.
version where it's just more seamless. Like, and that's how I think of it. It's not that you're not organized, you're not planning, but it just starts to become very natural for you to do. Like, you don't have to think
Yeah.
about it. But it's like, who says that that's not 50K months, 100K months? It's like, so it's kind of like letting go of that. My mentor calls it land on your feet and forward facing. Like, and it's just like movement. Like, we just keep going forward. And that's helped me a lot too. But that also means path of least resistance. So when it's
Yeah.
not coming through, if content, like if I could throw my laptop and I have nothing to say, I'm not going to post. I'm not going to force myself to do it because I
Yeah.
trust that, and like your account too, you have so much content already up. People are like, they've got plenty to binge.
Yeah.
Plenty.
True. I feel like I've been being a little lazy in my content. Um I was more saying fuck it if I could be 1 out of 10 organized. I just like get so, and I think that's actually like this is something I want to work on. It's like that's part of my identity that's like holding me back, where it's like I am so much over organized, over planning, overthinking, where it's like if I just like literally took an idea, just recorded, like put it out, boom, done. I could do content in like under 120 seconds.
What
But
if
I
like
don't, right?
what if today that you did that? Like maybe not initially right after this call, but like you're out and about, say it's Wing Wednesday,
Yeah,
and
lovely.
something hits you tonight. I'm like forever remembering that. Like some like content hits you, an idea hits you, and usually to me it just kind of feels like a statement that comes through, or like I'd be like, oh my god, like blah, 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 blah. Like it's like almost like I blurt it out, and
Yeah.
then if I just type it or I record it, like, and then I just post it, those do really well, and then I'm just like, all right, and then I find I do content really well too if I'm busy because I don't care to sit with it for that long. Like I don't like writing content at my house. But if I'm out to dinner with the girls or an idea hits me, I just want to get it out there and be done with it because then it's like I want to get back to the conversation. I want to, and not that you have to do that. Like usually when I'm out, it's like with my mom or my sister, and they both have worked online before they get it.
Yeah.
It takes me 2 seconds, but like, or it's sometimes like at the gym, right? It's like I'm not gonna sit and overthink it because I just the idea hit, I want to get it out, and then I'm on to something else. So that has helped me a lot too.
I think that's what I'm missing. Like I just need to like execute as soon as I get it. And it's funny like what you said too, like even when I'm out, if I go somewhere and like take my laptop somewhere to go do some work, I'm like boom, boom, boom. There's like no overthinking
So
because
much
I'm
more
just like
productive.
I'm not at home. So I'm like, okay, gotta get this out, gotta be done, 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 done. And then it's like that I don't want to lean on human design, but the projector in me gets like so much done in so much time. And then it's like I think I also have this a hidden thought like productivity means like I need to be working all day and I don't. Like I can get so much done in a little amount of time. And I think if I spent more time enjoying instead of feeling like, oh, I need to do more, 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 because that means that more people, more clients, whatever. Whereas if truly if I'm out just like having fun and being joy, like living joy, being happy, doing fun things, that I think that's also a piece I'm missing too. It's like I get so caught up on this strategy side of things instead of because I'm like, oh, well, I should be spending 8 hours a day on my business if I want it to be successful, you know?
Right.
But the
And
other
that's
option is like I don't want to ever have to go back to a corporate job. Like that literally killed me.
yeah. And I think that like human design is very real, to be completely honest. Like, and
Yeah.
projectors, like y'all are meant to be lighthouses.
Yeah.
You're the shining star. You are like this is what it gets to look like. I am the epitome of ease and potency.
Yeah.
And I'm a generator. It's like in my blood to just be like a workhorse. And even generators are not meant to be like that. Like we're meant to follow what lights us up. But it's like if like still, even if I were to sit down and be like, okay, Alex, write some content. Oh, I would be all the uh-uhs and the groaning and the stomping the feet and like the everything.
Yeah.
So that's been hard for me to, well, not hard, but it was a focus of mine for a while to like be done with work.
Yeah.
But that was helpful too of like, okay, like I'm gonna stay active. I'm gonna get out of the house. I'm gonna go focus on something else. Or like even if it was like, all right, it's after 5 or whatever, 7. My to-do list is complete. All right, it's time to watch the Kardashians. It's time to watch
Yeah.
Love is Blind or something like that. But like, yeah, I mean projectors, you guys can get so much fucking done. Like
Yeah.
it's insane. You can actually be way more productive than generators actually. But
That's the
it's
thing. It's like it's we can get lost. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, you're completely fine. But it's like it has to be from that place of like I've already made it. Like it's already good.
Yeah.
I have to do more to get more of
Totally.
that potency piece. Yeah.
I think that's the thing because it's
Yeah.
like you always feel like you have to do more, do more, do more. It's like we almost like act as like a generator, or that's how I feel I do. I feel like I try to act like a generator when the truth really is like if I gave myself, say, like an hour to 2 hours every day and be like, okay, these are the things I need to get done. Anything else over and above this is amazing. And then spend the rest of my day doing other stuff, I feel like I would probably notice a huge fucking shift. Like I'd probably be like, oh, one, I'm more productive and actually getting stuff done. I'm not feeling like I'm wasting my whole day doing nothing. It's like I've got all these things done in I think sometimes too, I try to follow too rigid of a schedule. Like I'm like morning, okay, get this, this, this. Whereas like if I just did the things I needed to do and then went out and did other things, or vice versa, it would probably be a lot easier instead of.
Mhm. I
Just living
know.
a little more, right? Like not having that perception like, oh, we have to be working 8 hours a day like we would at a regular job. That's not the truth.
Yep. Yeah. And it's hard sometimes because then our brain will come in, like we can argue for everything. Our brain will come in and be like, "Oh, well, if you want it, you have to do more. You have to be on more, blah blah blah." And then sometimes you get kind of like people start chirping on the internet too about like, work harder, work harder, work harder." Well,
Yeah.
I'm all about working smarter personally because I've done the work harder thing. And it is so much easier, in my opinion, to do work lit up, turned up, turn on, than
Hmm.
it is to do it with a fucking frown on your face just to meet these hourly requirements. Like I remember with my network marketing business, I was working like 80 hours a week and I was making nothing. It was just busy work. Like it wasn't, I felt like I felt productive in the moment. So it's like, it was kind of that thing. But then it's like, I would just rather be so much more potent and just do it like hard
Yeah.
working. So yeah, I mean, there's so much, and it's always identity and mindset work. And like the good news and the bad news is it's never done. Like we're gonna take that with us everywhere. But then it's kind of like, well, we just get to buckle up for the ride then, and we just get to enjoy the process and like just like the celebrations of like, ooh, like I'm not, it's like I was celebrating just the other week. Like there was like something that had happened like with the divorce, and I was just like angry about it for a minute. And like typically it would have taken me out and been like, oh, I'm gonna like just fuck the rest of the day. Like I'm so mad about this. Like hate him. Blah, blah,
Hmm.
blah. And I was like mad for like 2 seconds, and I was like, you know what? Ew. All right, next. Like I'm gonna focus on something that makes me happy, that like brings me joy. It's my job. Like don't give him that pleasure of taking away my happiness or whatever. And it's like
Totally.
that was a win for me because before it's like I would just get all sassafras and angry and like, just and but then it was like, but why? And
Yeah.
so I think that we get to do that with our business too. It's like, even we get to celebrate, like, okay, I'm a clapper. So I'm going to celebrate everything. So it's like, oh, I got to post out in 10 minutes today. Yay, like, go me. Like, we're going to reinforce this shit. Or like, oh my gosh, like, I actually, like, gave myself this break of, like, it gets to be, like, I don't have to be on all the time. Or just even, like, the moments where you choose differently to focus on something, those are huge wins. Like the moment that you recognize it and then you say, "Oh, I'm not going to go there." Those are huge wins, and they
Huge.
compound.
Yeah, that's a good point. And it's so easy like to get into that trap, right? Like you said with your example, that analogy, it's like I'm like that too, where it's like it's a practice to choose to do things differently, right? Like it takes it takes time and practice. But you can choose differently and you can do differently. Same thing with business. It's like I can literally be like, okay, like I can celebrate this quick win post. Like I can spend a couple hours working and I can enjoy my life because now that you say it, like I literally don't stop. So like I'm always doing something and I feel like this is some things I want to work on. I'm not a journaler because I feel like I don't really get to the bottom of it, but
Mhm.
do something for that because I feel like I always have to be working. Even at night when my husband's home and it's like, okay, maybe we're just hanging out watching a TV, like immediately I want to pull my laptop out and like be like working on a course or something. Like I feel like I always have to be doing something. And when I'm at home, I feel like I always have to be cleaning or doing laundry or that. Like I just can't stop or like have fun. And it's like, God, no wonder. No wonder my content's boring. No wonder this is like feels like such a suck. So, anyways, I know we're probably way past time, but that's just was one of my thoughts that came through. It's like,
We can dive into it in Telegram. One of the things, and like, and maybe we answer this in Telegram too, is like, so I very much struggled with like I have to earn my rest. Um,
yes.
I don't know if you're the oldest daughter, but or the only daughter, but that was me. And I lovingly joke that I was my dad's firstborn son, named Alexandra. Um, but like for me, there was very much like this, like my identity was I can't rest until it's earned. No pain, no gain. There has to be struggle. Anything that easily came was easily lost. Still to this day, my dad and I, like, I have to look at him just as like, okay, you're a sweet man who just you don't know any different, and you're doing the best with it because like he still like he won't rest. Like even on
Yeah.
vacation, he just can't. Like and he's so like he'll get so miserable and so anxious, and it's like it's all things. And so, but that was intentional undoing too because that even oh my gosh, it was showing up in my business even recently where I was like wanting to like I felt like if I was difficult or like if my boundaries or my standards were like it was in my sales process that I had to make it as easy as fuck for people to come in. Like I was like almost like carrying too much for them. Like I was basically and I don't know. It was like that it had to be it was that if like my underlying thought was that if I am an inconvenience to somebody, then I'm bad.
Hmm.
If the price is an inconvenience, if the sales process is an inconvenience, if it's like
Yeah.
all that, and I like, and that was just like riding under the surface, and you don't see it like consciously, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh fuck, that
Yeah.
time back to my childhood of being like, you know, because I remember my parents being really stressed, and it's just like you were praised by if you could take care of things yourself, if you didn't need anything, if you were like very like, you know, hyper independent, and so actually that came up just recently a few weeks ago, and it's like these things they just
Yeah.
sink beneath the surface, and then all of a sudden they pop up. You're like, oh, but then we just get to clean them up. So that's it, and there will be
Yeah.
another one at another time, I'm sure. But
Yeah, no, that's a good point. That's and something have struggled with. Like I remember as a kid, my dad would be like, my mom and I would be home on a Saturday, like wanting to relax, and he would be like, you'd almost feel like he was just like pissed off, like you should be up doing something. And it's like, no wonder I feel that way. Like my dad, and he's a wonderful human, but like always needs to be doing something. And it's like, God, no wonder I'm that way. So things for me to work on for sure.
then we
And
were praised for that. Like the more you did, like
yeah,
that's we earned love. Yeah, it's like that's what
yes,
we celebrated. Yep. Um, that makes a lot
good
of sense.
point.
Um, my
Yeah.
dad still to this day, like if it's Sunday dinner, I go see them for Sunday dinner every weekend. And like the whole meal will be made. And he'll like, Alex, what can you do to help your mother? I'm like, Dad, it's done. And she's like, she can't get her out of the kitchen. Like they're like, no, like we're done. And he's just like, no, she's got to be able to do something. Like Alex, and I'm just like, okay, I love you so much. I think that what we need to do is sit down to eat, but but like
Oh,
it's like that's that emotional intelligence of being able to see somebody and just like send them love for like because again they see the world through their limitations, beliefs, how they believe that they're worthy. And if we're
yeah.
not careful and we don't challenge those for ourselves, all of a sudden it's like I think it's especially just as like little kids. It's like that's our first role model of how we get and receive love. And it's so similar to money and clients actually. Is like we feel like we have to work so hard to get the clients. We have to work so hard to make the money and like and then you see people who are like, no, you don't. And then you're like, fuck you, because that's not been true for me. Like
Exactly.
no, okay, like let's talk about this. Like maybe we can figure this out. And then
Totally.
it's enter that journey, and then it's just it's this like constant shedding of these layers, and they are confronting and they are hard, and then you want to make money on top of it, and you've got a business, and it's like it's not for the faint of heart to be in this
No,
space at all. But
it's not.
99% of people who talk about being in this space never do it
Yeah.
ever. So you're already in the 1%.
True. That's a good point. Thank you. I appreciate you sharing all that because that just really kind of helped me like pinpoint a couple things in my own life with your own examples where it's like, yep, that's exactly
I
what's
am an
going
open
on.
book. I will share everything. Like if it comes to like we want to talk about like childhood stuff, like where it stems from, like this that has probably been the most profound work that I've done with like myself and how it's spilled out into my business has been really, really helpful. And I know I'm not done with it, but yeah, if you want to talk about that, I think Morgan, maybe we've had this discussion too before, maybe another group, but like the praise that you get for just do more, do more, do more, and like be always be the strong one, always be the person that nobody has to check in on. And like it can feel that's where we can get a lot of resentment in our business because we feel very unseen and we feel very much because like money and clients and like that feels like safety and security. Well, where's the first place that we learn safety and security? It's within our childhood.
Yeah.
And so undoing that was a big thing for unraveling, I should say. I don't think it's ever done, but we can
Yeah.
make
Definitely.
significant leaps and bounds pretty quickly. Just awareness of it is like you've already removed like 98% of it. Just the awareness. So now it's like we can like, oh, that's little Amanda trying to show up here. She's trying to please her dad and stay busy and do clean the house, do her business, constantly be doing something. And then it's like we get to tell ourselves like, hey, little Amanda, guess what? You are still so loved, even if you do
Mhm.
anything. Because
No,
that's
that's so true.
yeah, I
I
had to have
appreciate.
that talk with myself.
Well, and like you said too, I think once you recognize it, like even for like me with the planning and stuff like that, as soon as I recognize it, I can shift it. But it's like, and so that's sometimes why like naming it, or like getting to the bottom of it's helped me for me because I'm like, okay, now I'm like looking for this, and as soon as I get caught in that or like stuff like this, then I can like course correct and pull myself out of it because like, okay, you're doing that thing again, like you're doing that thing, you're not actually productive, you
Yep.
know?
Yep.
And yeah, maybe that's something, we can chat about in Telegram, like a little bit about like the in the coming days, like visibility and like some like
Absolutely.
needing to be busy, because I think that is like so helpful and you always give the best examples and things like that. And I'm like, oh, just really kind of helps like kind of anchor in like that new identity and mindset piece. Cause I think like that's really what I'm missing, you know?
Hmm.
So yeah.
It's it's the work that's never done. But we get to enjoy the journey and it gets to make significant and profound differences like right away. I do believe that. Like I don't think that it has to be something that is like has to take a long time. I think that we're emotionally intelligent people. We're very self-aware. We're super smart. So then now once we can see it, so like now it's like when you're like, oh, that's just little Amanda trying to stay busy. Okay, we don't have to do that anymore. Like, okay,
Yeah.
cool. Like it's so much easier to shift it. And then eventually, to nerd out, our neural pathways in our brain, like we're our brains are essentially plastic. They can be molded anyway. And it's just the thoughts that we believe most often. And then naturally the path of least resistance becomes, oh, we don't need to stay busy all the time. So then we just don't even notice it.
Totally. And then I think if I was out doing other things instead of being busy all the time, I would be like, boom, story done. Boom, content done. It would just be like so quick instead of like sitting down feeling I should do. I'd be like, when I was out living my life during the week, I was so inspired and it was so quick and so easy. So yeah. Anyways, I
Mhm.
won't take any more time because that was a lot of time. But yeah,
No,
that's super,
that's
super
great.
helpful. So thank
This
you
was
so
a really
much.
good call. Yeah, I'm so glad. You're so very welcome. And I'm an open book. If you guys want to know anything about, like, I'm happy to talk about divorce stuff. I'm happy to talk about childhood stuff. Like if you have a question for me, there is nothing that like I don't share with you guys because it is like I don't know, like everything's intertwined. Everything's intertwined. And it's like kind of the work of our real work is finding the patterns that are maybe holding us back and then we just go fine tune them a little bit and then we just keep moving forward. Like
Yeah,
yeah, so don't feel shy or anything like that. I mean, that could be like a massive breakthrough even today of just like, oh fuck, like now all of a sudden content feels super easy because it was like that was the thing that was hiding underneath. Like we just don't know.
totally. Yeah,
So
I think that's it. It's like all these things. It's like these are the pieces that's missing. These are why my content's boring. This is why I'm not showing up. This is why I'm overworking and getting nothing done.
yeah, it's
All of these things.
I feel like the underlying theme today that we like really dug out and I'm so happy about it. Like celebrate this. Like this is the work. Like if you
Yeah,
don't know today, but you're just like, dude, I had this fucking breakthrough. Like this is amazing. This is monumental. And it's that I have to perform correctly in order
yes,
because then it's like even with like the ants and the visibility stuff, I want to say it just right. I can't ruffle feathers because I'm not performing correctly. I'm not doing enough to keep them comfortable. And the same
yeah,
thing with dad. It's like, oh, I have to stay busy. I have to stay productive. Like my dad is the same way, by the way. It's like if he walked in and like we were sitting, it was like, what have you done today? Like,
my
oh,
does.
your mother. Yes. Like somebody needs to go like sweep the roof. Like I was like it was like crazy. It was like you had to earn rest. And even then, it's like, oh my God, even when we were sick, it was like, unless there was like bone coming out, like where you're throwing up blood, it's like you're going to fucking school. Like there was no such thing as like rest. Like you were just like expected to just like take it on the chin, whatever it was. And so it's like, yeah, that shows up so much in our business because we're like, oh, I'm just gonna push hard. And if it sucks, I'm just gonna smile through it.
More. Totally. Yeah, that's 100% how it is. So I just even that awareness is like, yep, that's that popping online all the time.
Yep, I know. Same.
Well, thank you so much. Yeah, I'll send a message in the Telegram later today or tomorrow and just maybe
Yeah,
chat about the childhood like pressure to go, go, go stuff because I think that's like the breakthroughs I'm missing. Well, this is a huge breakthrough, but I think it's like that's
absolutely.
been the problem all along. And identifying that is like just so huge, right? So, so
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah, I think so. I'm celebrating the fuck out of it. It's freedom for you now too to have that
Yes.
awareness because now you can just like, oh, you can shift it now.
Exactly. I can
And
course
that's
correct. I'll catch it a lot easier and be like, hey, you're doing that thing again. This is like when I feel myself getting bitter or frustrated or things like that, it's like, okay, time to recognize like, okay, no, what am I doing here that I shouldn't, that I don't need to be doing, you know?
name it too. I think one of my mentors does name it. Like when she falls back into like this trap of like pressure or frustrated or hard, like she has like a name for it or something. I've never done it for myself. Like I always kind of go like, oh, like that's old Alex or like that's
Yeah.
we don't do that.
I like that. Yeah.
All right, I will
Well,
get
thank
this
you
recording.
so much.
You're so welcome. I'm so excited. This was a really big call for everybody, and so much energy was moved. Take the afternoon, go treat yourselves. I know poor Morgan's got spring break and got kids, but like take time, like when these breakthroughs come through, where like so much energy is moved, it's so normal to feel a little bit of like whiplash afterwards, like, oh wow, or like
Mm.
sit in it. Feel free to do that. Like this is for my overachievers, this was the work today. And if you feel inspired to do more, go buck wild. But if not, if this feels like energetically you just lost 50 pounds, but you just have to like deal with it for a second, that's okay too.
Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you.
All right. Love you guys. I will see you in Telegram today.
Bye. Thanks again.
You're welcome.